Hello, anybody there? How is everybody today? I've got my voice back a little bit, guys, after it almost went yesterday. I remember go straight into it. I remember the first time I went to Wembley in 1974. I was shouting that much. I'd had no voice by the time the game kicked off. How's Michael? How's T-Mick today? How's T-Mac? T-Mick? Are we all okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, mother? Anybody there? I'm not talking to myself. Come on, guys. I know you're there. I know you're there. I can see you. We've already got a thumb up. There's a good bit about Ken McNaught in Ian Penny, The City Alphabet, a brilliant book. Yeah, I think I've got that actually, Michael. I bought it the other day, but I've not really had a chance to have a look through it. I don't think. Has he done a few books, Ian Penny? Because I might have sort of the wrong one. I know I sort of looked on eBay and found it and ordered it, but I can't even see it there at the moment on my shelf. But I sort of got someone somewhere. Ken McNaught, yeah, it was the Villa. Did he play for Villa, Aston Villa? I'm not too sure. Got some papers today. I was looking at the headlines for yesterday's game, so some people say that it's sort of gone unnoticed in the press. But I thought it was all right looking at the headlines on some of the papers. I thought they were quite kind to us. Hi mate, how Charlie? How you doing, kid? Yeah, so we can talk anything you want. European Super League, League Cup winners, Champions League, PSG, you name it, we can talk about it. Whatever you want to do. Where you want to talk. Open house today. What did everyone think? How was the trip to Wembley? Well, it was absolutely interesting. that's all I can say. Yeah, different. I'll tell you what, the atmosphere was almost as good as a full house. I mean, because I don't think we get a great atmosphere. Do you agree with me? Have you been to Wembley, you guys? I don't think we're fantastic at Wembley as far as atmosphere is concerned. Still can't wait to get my first visit to Wembley. Charlie, it's funny. Yeah, as I said there, I've never, since I first went in 1974, I don't think the atmosphere's ever been that great from City fans in any of the finals I've been at. I don't know why. I have no idea why, to be honest with you. It's all right. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously when you win, it's nice, but like yesterday, like in the second half, the players were warming up near the Spurs fans. Probably is, Charlie, but I mean, the other teams seem to create a better atmosphere than we do. You know, they sing better songs. Like yesterday in the second half, City fans went a bit quiet. I think we got a bit worried, but the players were running up and down near the Spurs fans, so they were geeing all the Spurs fans up to sing. So that's what sort of did it. They weren't coming up our end yesterday. Yes, I did enjoy it. Chris, are you all right, mate? How are you doing? So, no, it gets a bit lost, chat. Now it's 3 tiers, Charlie. It gets lost. Chris, have you been to Wembley? Do you agree? It's just don't quite get the same sort of atmosphere. Cheers, Chris, mate. That's very good. Well done on our win. There we go. How did Carlisle go on over the weekend? I didn't notice, mate. How did they do? Michael Feeney was at 1999, 2014. Yes, I would agree. Yeah, Michael, as I say, it was all right yesterday because there was only 2,000 of us. So there's one main singing section. Excuse me. Still got a sore throat. There's one main singing section, but obviously it was all right. It wasn't great. It was okay, given the circumstances, obviously. Charlie, Spurs single. Yeah, I mean, how about this? I've always thought City songs, we don't have a slow build-up in them. They're all just quite, I mean, Blue Moon's quite slow pace, but we need a song that builds from a very slow start and builds up, and then you can get everyone involved then. I don't think we have enough of them songs to sing to actually get to increase the volume as it goes round the ground. No, I was back for we're back at Etihad Stadium for about 10 to 12 there, Charlie. We set off about 7:30. And we're back at the Etihad at 10 to 12. The traffic was pretty good. Chris Welch, last time I was at Wembley was the 216th League Cup final with Liverpool. Yeah, well, that was all right. Atmosphere wasn't bad that day, I didn't think. I think it was all right that day. Yeah, I mean, Spurs, say you got when the Spurs go mad, we could have, like, if City could have a song that sort of builds and builds and then everyone can start joining. I mean, the Bernardo one's a good one, isn't it? But it's quite fast paced. We need a couple of slower ones that'll get everyone involved around the ground bit by bit, because by the time one section of the ground hears it, the other one section stops singing it, so it never really gets dead loud because it's sort of done its thing. I mean, at the Etihad, we obviously have those songs that can go on for 10, 15, 20 minutes of 300 or 400 people singing, and we don't quite work at Wembley. What are you laughing at, Charlie? Chris, how did you feel after that 2016 defeat on penalties? Was it? I've not seen a penalty defeat live for a long, long time. It's I keep dreading it, but I've not seen one for a long time. Main Road, yeah. I mean, Main Road. All the singers sing together. You all got together. You weren't in separate seats, were you? When you're standing, you can go near each other. I mean, even with this rail seating, I don't think this rail seating is going to make a lot of difference, to be honest with you, to what it is at the moment. Carlisle drew 1-1 at home to Harrogate, which keeps us 5 points behind playoff with 3 games remaining. Yeah, it's not likely, mate, is it? It's not really going to happen. What about Liverpool? Where do you think they'll finish? Are they going to get 6th spot? You don't really want that, do you? You don't really want Europa, do you? Surely. Yeah, there's a good old evening news. In that Bukowski speaks some rubbish, but at least we get some good images. Fantastic. Did you watch the match, Chris, yesterday? What did you think? I thought Tottenham were awful. I can't understand why Mr. Mason was so negative, to be honest with you. Chris, I was gutted after that League Cup final defeat, but took it on the chin. At least we didn't get best of a smaller team. Stop off, Chris. Hey, you'll be getting put into timeout, mate, if you're not careful. I've not done it yet. No, Chris, well, what happened in that League Cup, if I remember rightly, I thought we absolutely dominated. Then in the second half, I thought Liverpool came back into it and could have really got an equaliser. I thought it was a game of two halves. Excuse me, guys. You're going to have to put up with me choking today with this throat. Yeah, I thought you played well in the second half, Chris. I thought it was just the first half with City dominated, but once you got going, you were all right. Michael, yes, I watched your videos today from yesterday's game. Watching Cheeseman as well. Yeah, it was India, wasn't it? As you said, Michael, India he works. I thought it was China he worked, China TV, but it's some Indian company, isn't it? We keep building out. We do. T-Mac, I don't think Spurs would have been any different with Maria. I don't think so. I think the thing about Spurs is what did Mason have to lose? He's not going to get the job, so why not just go for it? Why not just tell his players? Why not just play Dele Alli and Bale from the start and at least bring them on earlier and go for it? I don't understand his logic. I mean, they were seemed happy to get extra time and penalties to me when I was watching the game. I mean, Lloris, was it from the first minute? It was taking like a minute every goal kick. It was just wasting time straight away. So I agree, T-Mac, but I think we may have struggled a little bit more against Mori, to be honest with you. I think he's a bit more tactical now. So anyway, Chris, Liverpool probably finish outside the top 4 now. Still can't hope Leicester come down. I think Leicester will be on. They blew it last year, didn't they? They bottled it, Leicester, but they didn't. I think Leicester blew it last year. I can't see him doing it again this year. T-Mac still ends a worry in front of goal. No, T-Mac, he just runs into dead ends. He just doesn't know what to do. I loved that yesterday when he ran through, beat everyone, and he just ran to give the ball to Lloris, and Lloris just picked it up and said, "Thank you very much." I mean, I don't understand what he was doing. Absolutely, and he's done that a few times. Hi, Dean, you all right, mate? Well, no, I don't. Yeah, perhaps for obviously we were comfortable, weren't we, at the end? I mean, I can't see him playing against PSG. Someone said to me they might play him against PSG. I thought, well, if they play him against PSG, it probably means bring him on. Say he's a sub, bring him on because we're either struggling or we're actually tearing them apart. So I mean, we were absolutely desperate. So I don't really want to see Aguero on Wednesday because it'll mean there's a problem. Or it might mean we're stuffing them, but I can't see that. But we'll have to see, won't we? But it would have been nice, wouldn't it? I mean, let's face it, it's going. I mean, I don't think Pep has a sentimental chip in his head, does he? He doesn't have a sentimental bone in his body, Pep. He just plays the game as it is. He doesn't think of sentiment, which I think sometimes you've got to have a little bit. Evening, Blackpool. How are you doing, mate? Spurs are very poor for the cup final last time they won a trophy for Australia. Michael, what's the point? What's the point? They've not won a trophy for 13 years. What's the point of turning up? Even if the players didn't do what the manager told them, you think the players might have made more of an effort and just done it themselves without the manager telling them, just so they could win a trophy. Yeah, I don't think he would have brought at 0-0. You know what he's like, Pep. He's not going to change things unless he definitely has to. And he just believes his plan A was working. So he was right, wasn't he? It did work. I mean, obviously it was late, but no, I don't think Pep's ever going to change things. Like that. I don't think there's any chance of Aguero coming on unless he'd gone to extra time or something like that. Yeah, but Dean, I think he was a bit too. What's the word? Embarrassed. He shouldn't be embarrassed, should he? Because what he's done for us. But I can see his point. I think lifting the trophy, I would think, leave it to the guys that have done it. I don't think did he play any League Cup matches? I don't think he did he? I've got all these stats here somewhere. Carabao Cup, Aguero. See, he literally came on as a substitute near the end against Arsenal away. That's the only game Aguero played. So knowing Aguero, he didn't probably want to do it. You know what I mean? I don't think he wanted to do it. The Dean, okay, should have listed trophy for Blackpool. Want to see us get the Premier League done, then they'll get the lights. Delap a run up. Yeah, I mean, me, Blackpool. If you listen to my things, I think Delap should have been in that first team squad for most of the season. I know he's there next season, but I thought he should have been there this season, to be honest with you, especially after scoring a goal in his first game. And then he didn't play so well the next game, but and then he got dropped. I mean, so whether it's there's something a bit deeper to that, and he's got a bit of a temper, hasn't he? Perhaps Pep didn't. Perhaps Pep told him off, and he took a bit of off. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I've done my little thing for PSG, which is out tomorrow. So I've got my starting lineup. I'm not going to give it away here now, but Foden, Mahrez, they're definitely in it. Sterling won't be starting against PSG. If he starts, I'll eat my hat if he had a hat. I haven't got a hat, and my throat was too sore to eat a hat. But I mean, there's nothing wrong banging on about Sterling. He must be absolutely. He's probably his biggest critic is himself. We don't see it, do we? But I mean, because he looks like a confident young lad, but I bet he's doing it, beating himself up, and that's probably part of the problem. Son, I like Son, but he didn't do a lot yesterday. A couple of nice little flicks, I think, but that was about it. Michael, totally agree. Bernard Spurs should have had more going in the final. I suppose we're not happy raising it. Yeah, I was watching a bit of Boovy today. You ever watched Boovy? I don't know. He's 10,000 followers. I mean, all credit to him. But I was watching him with some Chelsea fans, and they were sort of saying, "Well, Tottenham fans don't mind because they're used to it. They don't mind getting beat. A bit like us, I suppose, 20 odd years ago." But apparently Tottenham fans don't mind that. They're not bothered. They just accepted they're going to lose cup finals, etc., etc. Well, if you think back to the Champions League final that Tottenham played, I mean, why didn't they go for that as well? I mean, they could have really, really gone for it, and I think Liverpool would have probably battered them anyway. But at least go for it. At least go out. At least go down fighting. I mean, it's like our Real Madrid semi-final, wasn't it? We didn't go for it. We didn't go down fighting, did we? We just went down like a damp squib. It was just a waste of time. If you think back to our Real Madrid and Pellegrini's team that night, I mean, we just give up. We just didn't go for it, and that's what Tottenham tend to do, and that's what they did yesterday again, I think. I mean, that you know, at Real Madrid, I think we could have nicked one near the end. I think Aguero had a chance, didn't he? But you know, it's too little, too late. And I don't even think Tottenham got near the goal after we scored, did they? I don't think they didn't get near the goal before we scored, so they didn't really get much chance after we scored. Yeah, sorry about the sun, Chris. Just I'm only doing that because some people have said the papers and the media have not made anything about the cup win. So I'm just looking through some papers I bought for me not my scrapbooks, but I keep records of all games and stuff. Team at Real Madrid were there for the take. They were a team out. I mean, at least have a go at them. I don't understand why we didn't have a go. We probably got beat in the final, but I mean, at least have a go at them. Yeah, I mean, I think Pellas is a bit weary by then. I'm surprised he went to West Ham. I thought he'd retire actually after he left us. I thought he's looking a bit old, and I mean, I'm old now, so I'm old anyway. But there you go. But we should have done better. Yeah. City over for the Stars. I thought it was Diaz who scored, yesterday. I couldn't see up the other end. It's too far away. Did anyone else do scrapbooks when they were kids? Say, I don't do them now. I just collect the papers. I don't do the scrapbook. Thought he played well, Laporte, yesterday. Blackpool. Spurs are poorer than I could ever imagine. All that worrying for nothing. Hope it's not on Wednesday night. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there, Blackpool. Spurs were abysmal. Absolutely. But as I said, as that Chelsea fan said today on that vlog I watched, Spurs fans are used to it now. And it's funny, isn't it? The first time as I was walking to Wembley, some Spurs fan was just stood on a wall shouting Spurs songs at us as we were passing. I thought, such big mouths, but I mean, they got nothing to back it up, unfortunately, have they? The D Bird. Did John Stones get sent off on purpose just so Laporte? Probably that was the plan. I mean, I think Stones can play Wednesday, can't he? I think so. Yeah, but I want. I'm giving my team away here, aren't I? I've put Laporte down as left back, but I want that Walker, Diaz, Stones, and Laporte as the back four. I don't know what you guys think. We totally outplayed and we should have had more goals. What do you think? Yeah, we should. Well, this is going to come back to us, Michael. I don't want to be saying, you think back, I was doing the Barcelona thing today, and Bayern Munich had 31 shots on them when they got beat 3-2 by PSG. 31 shots, and they only scored 2 goals. I mean, PSG had 6 shots and scored 3 goals. So if it's going to be like that for us, I'm dreading it's going to be the same for us. But we've got to play our game. I think City have just got to play our game. And I think Pep's already said that, hasn't he? We're just going to go out and do our thing and let them worry about us. But it's going to be nervy. I think this first game is going to be nervy. And I think a draw will be, both teams will be sort of happy with a draw, but I'm panicking a bit because I think PSG are a bit better away from home. So I want a win over there in theory. I want us to bring back a lead at least, because I do worry if we end up drawing, because I think PSG are far better away from home. I know there's no fans or anything, but they seem to be far better away from home playing, and then they seem to sort of consolidate at home rather than go mad. But different now for them. Obviously, they're playing the first leg at home, so they have to do something. The Dean, what time did you get back, Coach Shirley's? No, yeah, I went. We set out at 7:30, Dean, and we got back to the Etihad at. I said 10 to 12. Didn't know. I got home at 10 to 12. Got back to the Etihad at about 25 past 11. So that wasn't bad. Less than 4 hours. And we stopped off for half an hour on the way back. So about 3.5 hours. That's all it took to get back. Blackpool. Put Sky Sports New at 1 today. I'm not mentioned the cup final. The team in Red Wings. It was still, I mean, it's what it is, Blackpool, isn't it? I mean, it is the least prolific of the cups. Of course it is. But, hey, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's all good. It was, Dean. It's fantastic. We set off at 10:30. Yeah, and we got there about 2:45 or something like that, and that's with the London traffic. You know what it's like when you get on the circuit near there's no circular. It's a bit chaotic, but it does help when there's only 8,000 fans and about 5,000 of those were walking or getting on the tube. So it sort of does help. It does help the coaches get there and cars and stuff like that. But it was quite well organised. 25 coaches, about average of 30 people on each. But we had a couple of no-shows on our coach, so I don't know whether they failed the tests or not. I don't know, but they were panicking because they only had 3 seats. 1 seat and 3 people to come, but 2 didn't turn up, so it was no problem in the end. But they would have had to make a decision. But so obviously they had tickets for the game, but they didn't turn up. So either they failed the lateral flow test or something else happened. I don't know what happened to them. No roadworks, no black. There was, but it was sort of even. You never stopped. It was always 50 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour. I think we went down to 40 miles an hour at one point, north of Birmingham somewhere, and it's all roadworks, as you know, where Blackpool. It was dead easy, Chris. There was a stewards outside. You had to show your lateral flow test. You had to show your ticket. And something else. Can't remember what else we had to show now. ID, photo ID. So we had to have photo ID. But once we were through that first cordon, it was just a ticket into the turnstile like it normally is. But it's quite easy. Team at Leeds should have had a penalty yesterday. Surprised they didn't get it. Yeah, I didn't see it, guys. Was it any good, the game? If the boot had been on the other foot, VAR dubious. Yeah, I mean, VAR wants scrapping. What this Super League, we got rid of that. We should have done something similar with VAR, shouldn't we? But is it a bit late now? Are we stuck with it? I don't know. I think it's a little bit long in the tooth now to do that. But I didn't see the Leeds and United game. We were sort of had it on my phone. It was watching the time tick along, but it wasn't on in the Wembley or anything like that. Sometimes they show the matches, but it wasn't on TV at Wembley. So was it a good game? Anyone tell United and Leeds was it a good game? PSG will be a tough game. Let's hope it's Michael. Hope our players are top form for the game. Not like Chelsea FA Cup, we never got going. Yeah, we've got to do better. But I tell you what, if we perform we did against Chelsea, PSG will absolutely batter us. So hopefully not. Chris, referees are a problem. They're not going to use VAR properly. What's the point? Well, that's it, Chris. But even VAR, the simple things, like the offsides and, have it. If you're going to have offside, have it from a specific point, like a boot, the toe of a boot, or just have daylight. If you can't tell, once you have to start drawing lines, it's whatever the referee and linesmen have said. So, but then again, now the linesmen don't even flag all the time, do they? Till later on, they're just totally making a mess of it. And is it as bad in other leagues? I don't know. Is it just our league that's making a total disaster of it? I'm not too sure. So Carragher, Carragher's used to watching good games, isn't he? Obviously, he's 80th minute in Leeds v United said the game is dire. I mean, I don't know. They looked a lot. They had about 15 shots United to Leeds' 9 or 10, did they, or something like that? I was at the buffet party at my sister's house. Food was a positive. The football team was boring. My City was better game at Leeds. Well, yeah, it wasn't a great game though, Chris, was it? Because there's only one team wanted to play it. You can't. There's not many football games where there's only one team wants to play. Let's be honest about it. If both teams want to play, fair enough. But if one team just wants to waste time and get to extra time and penalties from the very first minute of a match, and it doesn't lead to a very good game, does it? But yeah, I thought Leeds and United game would have been a good game, to be honest. On paper, it looks quite a good game, although United, I don't enjoy watching United. They're quite efficient at what they do, but I don't think they're overly entertaining, to be honest with you. The Dean, Ed Woodward, visited the government 10 days ago, and the government said, OK, so the Super League was announced. They've seen the action then threw Woodward under a bus. So, yeah, well, he won't do him any harm. I think that's a good thing, isn't it? For them anyway, and bringing the Glazers back into the forefront is obviously good for them to get this out there again after they've been quiet for so many years. But it's just a total waste of time, isn't it? VAR is so bad. Let's hope it will be a lot better next season. I don't know, Michael. I think it'll be exactly the same sort of rubbish next season unless they're actually going to change anything. It's not going to be that great, is it? A lot of mentions of the fans in the papers, I notice. A lot of thing about that, but I think I literally saw one Spurs fan yesterday. Obviously, I saw him in the ground, but outside the ground, because of the way it was, with only a couple of thousand, you sort of segregated. So I never got to see any Spurs fans, just straight to my coach. And I didn't see any. I didn't even see any when the coach was driving away. They'd all gone by then. There was that few of them, obviously, with the 2000 thing. Chris, Carlisle away to the Leeds of Cheltenham tomorrow. Capable of beating them, best as we can draw for me. Got a big ass to win. Well, never say never, mate. I mean, you say with 5 points behind, is it 8 points behind? Sorry, I forgot what you said earlier on. With that limit, if you win, you game back on. But as you said, it's going to be a big ask now to get in the playoffs. But how are they doing for money, Carlisle? Stuff like what are all these lower clubs doing for money? Are they all sort of struggling? I mean, are they all missing the cash flow? It's more important to them, isn't it, with their supporters? These lower league teams, it's more money through the gates, far more important, is it? How are they doing financially, Chris? Carlisle, 5 points behind, yeah. So, and that's behind the playoff spaces, isn't it? So even if you beat the top team, it'll be good for a win. But obviously, the other teams below them might still win as well. But yeah, so Carlisle, money-wise, are they struggling, mate? Or do you get? I mean, we don't really get to know these things until a company goes bankrupt, do we? Let's be honest about it. A football club goes bankrupt. So what are we thinking about the PSG game? What are we thinking about that? Is it doable? Are they any good? I've not watched PSG, guys. I've seen highlights of odd games, but what do they look like watching a full 90 minutes? I mean, I know they're not top of the league, are they? But they're it's all close at the top, isn't it? Alan 1 shot and Kane 0 shots. Udre by Sion Delap was there. Was he? All right. I was just going to say, I was thinking of Delap then, but I mean, I don't know. But they've got some good players, aren't they? I can't understand the tactics at all. I just can't understand it. Chris Carl, I did okay. I follow streams to watch them, helps them. Oh, good, that's cool. As a whole fan base, and we're watching them. All right, Chris, do most clubs have that I follow thing? Vienna needs scraping, does it, T-Mac? I think it needs scrapping as well, mate. Needs scraping from existence, that's for sure. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If we'd come up in arms with it when it first started getting ridiculous, we might have done something, but we all sat back and let it go, didn't we? We all accepted it, didn't we? Yeah, it's very good, that T-Mac. I thought I'd cheer you up there with that one. Sorry on the phone. Liam Delap was there, picked a medal. Well, yeah, quite right and all. I mean, why not? Did he play any games? Let me have a look. Carabao Cup. Here we go, Delap. Yeah, do you guys remember if he played in the Carabao Cup? Yeah, it's a question for you City fans. Did he play in the Carabao Cup, Mr. Delap? Any of you know out there? All the EFL clubs have it for this. Oh, that's cool, that, Chris, yeah. And how much does that cost a game? Do you have to pay per game, or is it for a season? He scored one, did he? But how many games did he play? How many games did he play, Dean? That was the first one he scored. Then he got dropped the next game after he didn't score in the next one. Who did he score against? There you go. Who did he score against, Dean? The Dean. Michael Payne, loved that scarf, that was the away kit. Yeah, I'll tell you, red and black stripes. Well, there's red and black and red and blue stripes. We have played in red and blue stripes as well. Red and black stripes, obviously, and then we played the red and blue diagonal, red and black diagonal, obviously the red and black stripes. 1982-83 kit, the red-black away kit as well. Because I paid £50 for all season. That's pretty good, that, Chris. So that's 20. Is that every game or just home games? Does it cover every game? Yeah, that scarf there, guys, that's in the background. Actually, because City did wear red, that colour, but I actually got that at an England under-21 game against Italy. Back in the 70s, I think 3 or 4 City players were playing in it. Peter Barnes, Gary Owen, So obviously it's because it's like an England scarf as well, isn't it? But I thought, oh well, it's an England scarf and a City scarf, so I bought that. And an England under-21 game at Main Road back in the 70s. That scarf. So that's one of the oldest scarves I've still got. To be honest with you, most of the other ones have either rotted away or been thrown away now. That's one of my oldest scarves now. Most of the scarves I've got are quite new, given to me by the club, obviously over the last few years with the season cards and stuff like that. Every game, that's good, that, Chris. And do the other teams get a proportion then, or does the 50 quid go to Carlisle, or do the other teams get a proportion of that as well, with it being for every game? Or do they all just keep their own money? They all keep their own income, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, like last year, this is the first time I bought a replica tops for about 5 seasons, because I just haven't had enough money. But obviously, I had a bit of extra cash this year, so I just bought these. So that's what I do. Some seasons I've gone seasons without buying any replica tops. But say if I can afford it, I can. If I can't afford it, I don't. It's as simple as that. Good. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, it's a good point. If you think about the gate receipts and stuff, obviously in the old days they used to get a share, the away team, and then the big clubs said, "Oh, we're not having this. We're not having the little teams coming to Old Trafford and taking half, these gate receipts. We want to keep it all." And then they changed it all, so the home team kept all the income, or most of the income. So it sounds a bit like that, which is fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're buying it because you're a Carlisle fan, then obviously Carlisle should get all the money, shouldn't they? You're not buying it because you play a game against Cheltenham a couple of times a year. They can sort their own fans out, sort of thing. But yeah, it's a principle. But as I say, with the league football, when they did it many, many years ago, I think it was in the 80s, 70s, 80s, there's a bit of uproar because obviously some clubs wouldn't like to go to Old Trafford and Anfield and get a proportion of the gate receipts because it helped them out. But obviously the big clubs put a stop to that. There you go. The big clubs again picking on the poor little clubs. So there you go. Next season, here fans will have to be allowed back. You would think. I was on all these tests, Chris. I hope we're doing all these little these guinea pig tests to actually get something out of it. I hope we're all going to go back into the stadiums. Obviously, it is a bit of a nuisance. Hi, Luke. How you doing, mate? Not a good program, but worth it. Which one is it, Luke? What did you get? Because there was no official League Cup. Are you talking the Villa one? I've got the Villa program. I wasn't impressed with that. Is it the Villa one you got? Because I've got the Villa program. It's absolute rubbish. It looks as though it doesn't look official. I might have it here, actually. Just bear with me. There you go. I got that Villa one last week. T-Mac, I got a good few scarves, some pinned up on the wall, others stored away. I got the red and black scarf FA Cup anniversary one as well. Got the club crest and the coat of arms on it. Yeah, that's a good one, that, T-Mac. So, Luke, is it an official one or an unofficial one? Like, this is supposed to be an official one from Villa, but it sort of doesn't look official, if you know what I mean. But it's supposed to be because it's got the Villa logo on it and stuff like that. So is the Carabao Cup one an official one? Because he didn't sell it at the stadium. They didn't have any for sale at the stadium. Carlisle are a good team. I'm optimistic for the next season. Going to be keeping the same team. Just need to prove in certain areas, proven goal scoring and fancy our chances for promotion. Well, you do so close. You looked so good for a long time this season, didn't it, Chris? So absolutely no reason why not next season. And perhaps your other team will do a lot better next season as well, eh? All right, I'll have to go on the internet and get one then, Luke. Was it where was it on sale? Just on an eBay eBay. I can say that. Oh, I've said it now. On an internet site, or because I'll have to get. Why didn't they have it? I mean, I can't understand why they wouldn't have it on sale at Wembley then. Why couldn't we? Is it all this COVID thing and not touching a program? Could have put them in plastic wrappers. Does it matter? It's absolutely stupid. This is where it all goes stupid. In my opinion, yeah, I'll have a look now, Luke. Thanks for that, mate. I'll have a look. As I said, I thought I'd buy one down there, but obviously they didn't have any for sale, so I'll have a look now and try it. What were they a tenner? Were they a tenner, mate? Michael, I love your vlogs. Got. Yeah. I've got about 25 of those backlogged. If you saw one the other day, I recorded that back in July last year. So there's loads of them, but there's so much City going on at the moment. I don't get time to release all these things. So I have a bit of a backlog. But during the summer months, obviously, there'll be a few more coming out. Yeah, lad, there's all the retro stuff. I am now a Legacy supporter. Yeah, Legacy. We're all Legacy fans, Chris. You're young, you won't understand. And Luke, you're young, you won't understand either. Keith McRae, yep. He was supposedly to take over from my hero, Joe Corrigan, but Joe Corrigan upped his game and Keith McRae went back across the border, didn't he? So good lad, though. £6. That's good, that, Luke. Fantastic. As soon as I get off here tonight, I'm going to have a look and order myself one. And I'll be doing this, as I say, this Villa one. I think it's the official one, but it's dead flimsy, but I think it is the event. So I was a bit disappointed with that when I got that yesterday morning. Carlisle progressed massively from last season. His manager's first full season. What's his manager's name, Chris? So I'm going to drop him. Just players let him down when we drop points in games we should have won well. That's all football, mate, isn't it? That's all football. I'm sad it's not been a better season for you on both fronts, really, Carlisle and Liverpool. I got last season versus Wembley. There's a nice piece on Joe. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that. I think I did a little review on it last year, T-Mac, on that Villa one. I think I did a review on all the programmes last season because obviously most clubs produced it because it was sort of normal season up to January. But obviously we did struggle after that, didn't we? But there you go. Chris Beach, yeah. What's his? Where was it? Did he used to play for him, Chris? Chris Beach. Yeah, I've got. Every payday, I usually spend 30 or 40 quid on one of the I'll say eBay. I usually, or it could be Amazon, but more likely eBay. I just look around, see what I haven't got, and sometimes I buy something and realise that I've got it. I just my filing system's up to pot. It's just I have a little books with stuff in and what I've got, and sometimes I haven't put a date of a program correctly, so I end up getting a couple. I've got a load there. I'll give them out as prizes one day if we get this going on a bigger basis for everybody. Yeah, I tell you what, T-Mac, I think the FA Cup and the League Cup programmes is one-off things. You couldn't do it all the time, but I think they're very good programmes. I know I know they're expensive, 10 quid, up to like 10 quid, but I think they're pretty good. I mean, from a rating point of view, they are very, very good. I'll be interested to get this one now for yesterday's game. As I said, I was disappointed that it wasn't on sale at Wembley, but if it is on sale on the internet, I'll get a copy now and have a good look through that because obviously I've got all the Carabao Cup. I've got all the League Cup programmes, obviously, now, because obviously from the very first one I went to in 1974. So there's not a league. I don't think there's a League Cup programme I haven't got or I've lost. I mean, I do find things I lose all the time. That's the only thing I do. I was looking for something the other day and I couldn't find it. Like the 99 shirts, the 99 playoff shirts. I don't know where my top. I don't know where it is. It's gone. I just can't find it. I've moved house a few times and then I sort of, so I've probably lost them. But I was so devastated. I haven't even got the lads. I mean, my girls had one and my son had one. The 99 one, and they've all gone. I don't know where they've gone. I just haven't got them. Can't find them anymore. It's disappointing. Really, is disappointing. Chris, no, he's from Blackpool area. He used to play for Blackpool, Huddersfield, Hartlepool, and Rochdale. And the only manager experience has been assistant manager at Rochdale. Carlisle first job as a manager. So, yeah, well, he'll get sacked next year, Chris, if he doesn't improve. He doesn't get you up next year. He'll get sacked, won't he? I love the Kappa shirts. Yeah, so I think I had to get a size bigger because they're always quite tight with them being Italian. Charlie, you're at the Etihad when you walk down the blue walkway and the guy shout, programs, pink final. Used to be pink final in the old days at Main pink final. I'd be good at that, wouldn't I? I'd be pretty good at selling programs. So you say that, you go, programs, like that. Well, yeah, is that how it sounds? Does it make you feel at home now? You're having happy memories of walking down that blue walkway. I had to walk down a pink walkway yesterday at the car. Follow the pink walkway, I was told. There you go. Chris, at first I thought it made wrong choice here, risky going for an experience, but I fully support him. He wants success for the club. Well, as long as he's committed. That's all you want from a manager, isn't it? A bit of commitment and sort of, all right, we don't particularly want them to wear the scarves. I mean, it's nice if they do, but obviously, if they don't, we just want them to talk a good game. And that's what they have to do, isn't it, managers, if they don't talk a good game. So that's what we hope for. I talk a good game, but I'll lose my voice. That's the problem. Yeah, we were on pink yesterday, Team Act. All the coaches were on the pink car park. There's only 25 coaches anyway, so wasn't that many. Chris, he needs me as Chris, you'd be a good assistant, mate. You say you'll do it for minimum wage plus £1 an hour. You'll be his assistant. See what he says. See if he'll go for that. I've said that to Pep. Get rid of Lilo. Get rid of Lilo. Give me £10.18 an hour. I'll come and help you out, mate. I'll do that for £10.18 an hour. No problem. I'll do what Lilo does. A lot bigger though. My granddad used to be selling programs. He's 83 now. Was he a City fan, Charlie? Programs, gate programs, pink final. See, I'm just a natural. I miss my vocation. I'll give players a good polking. Well, that's it. I mean, you're not a hand round the shoulder, Chris. Yeah, mate. You must. Unlucky lad. You should do better next time. You're like, what you doing? You're doing all or nothing. Chris Walsh in All or Nothing Carlisle. There we go. What more could anyone ask for? What more? What great TV that would be. Absolutely fantastic. Sterling getting hammered on TalkSport. I thought he was a bit better than of late. Dean, what can we do with him? We love him. I do love it. He's a City player. I'm not going to slag him off, but it's that final ball. What's he doing? He just doesn't know when to release it. It's always, golfers get these things where they start darts players. That's it. Remember darts players? They throw a dart and they get a disease where they can't let it go. And that's what Sterling does with the ball. He can't let it go. He runs with it and he doesn't know how to pass it. So he ends up running into the defender or the keeper. He has that stuttering. I don't know. There's a name for it. I'll have to find out what the name is and call him that from next time I do a vlog. But it's like that, this darts thing. Charlie, yeah, lifelong good lad, good man. This is 83. I'll tell you what, I'm not far behind now. I'm 62 this year, so there you go. Sterling had a great game yesterday. I thought Charlie, he did, but he didn't have the end product, did he? That's the problem. That's a problem with him. He divers. Sterling divers all the time. He does hesitate. Is that me or Sterling? I don't like seeing players messing around. I want them to be serious. Well, yeah, after the game's all right, but you don't on the pitch. You want to be serious, of course. Yeah, he does, Dean. That's it. He's trying too hard. As I said, he's just trying far too hard. I think it's playing on his mind, which he's bound to. I don't think he's got so much bad press. It's only as you say, only recently. I think but he's been out of form for quite a while now. He's sort of, not got away with it because he should be able to get away with it. It shouldn't be picked on, but. I think it's sort of being realised a bit more outside of, say, City and City fans at the moment. Anyway, Dart Titus. There you go, mate. He's got ball Titus. There you go. That sounds painful. Sterling's got ball Titus, lads. So don't tell anyone. There's no remedy for that. Perhaps a young lady with some cream. That might be all right. Bristow had it. There you go. I'm sure he did. Bristow, yeah, with the Titus. So there we go. I'll have to call Sterling Ball Titus. There we go. So that's what we're going for now, guys. Raheem Sterling's got Ball Titus. So don't tell anyone else. So I used to play darts. I used to hit a few 180s. Chris is a big darts player, I think. Chris is a darts player. I used to hit a few 180s when I was younger. I couldn't hit one for toffee now, but when I was younger, I could. He still missed that chance at Foden yesterday. Everyone will be on it. Is that the one where he got blocked, though, the Foden one, Charlie? Or was it one he shot wide? There's a great one. He hit the target, but he got blocked in the first half, I think. God rest Eric's soul, yeah. I used to love darts. I used to win a few quid in the pubs when I was 16, 17. I used to be quite good. I used to, you play last man standing and it different numbers and stuff. I used to win a few. I used to win me pint money in the pub when I was about 17. John Lowe and Bob Anderson, top guys. The block one and onto the post. Right, yeah, but he'll pick himself up and have another go, won't he? And he will score the next one, Charlie. That's the difference, perhaps, between him and Razza at the moment. Chris, this is it. This is it. I used to play it. I used to have a video shop even in the 90s, and I was still playing quite regular there. And I used to have a board in the back of the shop, and I used to practice. And but now if I practice, I very rare. I get a 120, 140 sometimes, but I don't hit any 180s anymore when I practice now, and I get more likely to get 26 than I am getting to get a 180 or 100. So there you go. It's old age, mate. It's old age. You're all right, yeah. You're fine. You're all right. You won't have ball titus yet, like Raheem has got. You won't have that, so that'll be fine. What we think about PSG, guys? Chris, what do you think from a neutral point of view? Are PSG any good? All you can do is keep practicing. But it's good to practice, isn't it? Because you can do you can watch telly while you play darts. So you can listen to things, listen to music, can't you? And things like that. You can do other things. The 1980s World of Sport, people. Yeah, you won't watch. A lot of you guys won't know this, but the indoor league with Fred Truman, fantastic. It used to be all the pub games on an afternoon. Fantastic watch. PSG 1 City 2. I'll take that, Chris. I'll take that all day long. But I mean, yep, I'm happy. That's one of my predictions, my score predictions. I've gone for 1-1 and I've gone for 2-1 for City because I always predict with my heart, not my head. So there you go. Neymar and Mbappe, PSG. Well, that's it. You isolate them, Charlie. You isolate them two. Get them to have a bad game. You've got a chance, haven't you? 2-1 City. Yeah, I'll take that team out. We're away this time as well. Yeah, I mean, this is what I think, Charlie. They did very well the last two games, PSG, because they were at home the second leg. So they sort of won their away legs and then they sort of relaxed at home. So it'd be interesting to see how they play the home leg. I think it'd be a very cagey affair unless they take an early lead or something like that. I think it would be a little bit cautious by both teams. I think both teams, a bit like City and Real Madrid. You think about City and Real Madrid game. You know, we didn't really go for it. We were happy to go at 0-0 back to the Bernabeu, weren't we? But obviously we know how that ended, unfortunately. City plays a team, PSG rely on two players. Yeah, Chris, as I say, I've not really watched much. I've seen a bit of highlights, but they've still got some good other players, surely. It's not just Mbappe and you know, it's more, you need more than two players, don't you, to win a league or win trophies. But say they've not won the Champions League yet, have they? So perhaps they like us, they bottle it a little bit. Not that we had much chance. We've never been to the semi-final, only been to the semi-final once. Yeah, I think Dean. I think Mbappe's fine. I think I read today is the manager said he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He'll play. He's a bit like Harry Kane. He goes down injured, then he gets up a couple of days later. He's fine. Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria. Yeah, Di Maria. Yeah. I've never overly rated him, but then again, that was only when he was playing for United. But in a better team, and say he creates the stuff, I assume, doesn't he, for the other guys up front? So yeah, it'd be interesting. PSG weaknesses defensively, yep. So if we can take our chances, I did say today in one of my vlogs that I think we're just one player short of a pretty, very, very good team, and that one player short is a fit Sergio Aguero. I think if we had a fit Sergio Aguero, I think we probably would have won the quadruple this season. I think we would win the Champions League, but without a fit Aguero, a lot of pressure on the midfielders to score at the moment. Will they allow crowds at the final? Yeah, local crowds, Dean, I think. Only local Turkish fans, I believe. They're having in for it. They're having no away fans, as far as I know. That was about a month or two ago when I heard that. Marquinhos, as well as centre-back, is good. Yeah. I don't know. He's I don't see PSG winning the Champions League. No, but... yeah, Navas is a brilliant. Yeah, I do like Navas. He's all right on the wing for us as well, wasn't he? But I like him now as a goalkeeper. He's all right, yeah. Between City, Madrid, and Chelsea, who will win it as well? What do you think, Chris? You're the neutral. Yeah, no, Mr. Navas. Yeah, what a player he was. Good lad. Good lad. I like Navas. I do like him. Yeah, I think if we get past PSG, I think we can beat Madrid. I think we could beat Chelsea, but we didn't do it. We didn't do so well in the FA Cup, did we? But there you go. A one-off game. Anything can happen in a one-off game. I'd rather be playing PSG in a one-off game, to be honest with you, than a two-legged thing. I think there's Manchester. Yeah, hopefully, Chris. I mean, fingers crossed. As I said, I think if we had Aguero, I think we're pretty much nailed on. And I do worry that we're not going to put, in the Champions League, you need to put your chances away. I do panic that we're just not very good at putting our chances away. Even if we put our best 11 out, there's no guarantees. City's best chance to win it, but people said, yeah. But they've been favourites for the last 6 or 7 years, Chris. Every season, they're favourites to win it. And I've been laying them every season. I've been looking because I thought there was no chance. And this is the first season where I haven't laid us because I thought we might have a chance. But we'll have to see. We play to our ability. Yeah, every team plays to their ability between Chelsea, Real Madrid, PSG, and City. I think City will win it. It's just playing to that ability and having the belief. Because let's face it, last against Dortmund, don't forget, Pep said the players were nervous. So they were nervous at that first leg against Dortmund. What they're going to be like for the semi-final first leg at PSG. The benefit is that at least they're not playing in front of fans. I always think that's a bit of a bonus for it because I always think we're a bit like at Anfield when we play at Anfield. We're a bit like rabbit in the headlights when we go to the players. I don't know why, because they're all experienced. You should know better to play international football. I mean, some of them play in South America, for God's sake, but I always seem to think that happens. Yeah, I'm hoping so, Dean. I did say that a few vlogs ago. There might just be something special to come from Aguero. Yeah, it'd be nice to think so. He was very shy yesterday at Wembley. He didn't want to sort of put himself forward too much. But yeah, surely we've got something. It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? I mean, we've not really seen, even when he's come back, we've not seen any real quality, have we? He's looked a little bit. He looks a bit slimmer, but. Yeah, I'm sure there might be a bit of a magical story somewhere along the line. It'd be nice to think so, wouldn't it? We, bit of some more history. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Because we don't have much, do we? Boca Juniors versus River Plate. Now that's hostile. Yeah, I mean, some places you have literally have barbed wire and electric fences, don't they? Do they still have it? I think they still probably do in some places. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, people have been shot, haven't they? Let's face it, people have been shot in these countries before now. Aguero winning goal in Champions League final. Oh, Chris, well, what can we say? I mean, unfortunately, we won't be there to witness it, but. Love that City have no history. No, you're all right, Chris. Don't you worry about it, mate. As I say, you know me, Accrington Stanley have a history. I don't care what anyone says. And York City have a history. I don't care. History isn't trophies. But, I mean, we're totting them up now, aren't we? I think we're up to 22 now, is it? 22 trophies? That'll do for me. Have the Champions League and the league. That'll be 24 by the end of the season. We'll have about a third of what Liverpool have got. We'll be doing all right. Michael, PSG are a very good side, but we have to play our game like Gary Owen said on Ian Cheeseman Forever Blue podcast. Why do we worry about teams like Spurs when we went out? This is it. Again, I think Pochettino might, as a little tendency, he's certainly not done it in the last 2 games, has he, against Bayern Munich and Barcelona, but I think he has a tendency to overthink things like Pep does, Pochettino. So I'm hoping he'll overthink it more than Pep will. So I'm hoping on that basis we'll get through it. But yeah, well, I'd never understand why we change our game. I just don't English. If you go back to the old days in the 70s and 80s, the fact we were so successful, like Liverpool and United, Notts Forest, Aston Villa, the reason why we're so successful is we played the English game. We played what we were good at, and Europeans couldn't live with it. They couldn't live with that style of football. But all of a sudden now, we have a good system, and we start changing it to sort of worry about who we're playing. And it's unforgivable to change the system when you're playing someone like Tottenham, but there you go. The Dean, anyway, I hope he comes back so we can say goodbye or something. Yeah, I shouted goodbye to him yesterday, mate. He probably didn't hear me. I was too far away, but it's just nice to see him on the pitch. It would have been nice to see him playing as well. But 38 million quid, well, for Aguero of 3 or 4 years ago, Dean, I'd agree with you, mate, but I think he's... Sadly, I think he's just a shadow of himself, and whether he'll ever get back to anything like himself, I doubt it very, very, very much. So I just, even if he goes to another club for 3 or 4 years, I can't really see him catching any sort of the level he caught with us. I might be wrong. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think, but that's what I think anyway. But well, we love him, don't we? We love him. He's, it's we're going to have to say goodbye. Like we're going to say goodbye to Ferner as well, but at least he's still knocking along, isn't he? So at least he's still there doing an okay job as well yesterday. I thought it was quite good yesterday. Thought he did all right, because I don't think he'll be playing Wednesday, will he? I think Rodri will be playing. I don't think Ferner will be on the pitch to start on Wednesday night, that's for sure. So do you think this, I've noticed, was it Gundogan complaining about too many games? Do you think anything will come with that with UEFA? I've noticed he was a little bit about the players are being asked to play too many games. As I said, have we missed the boat now with this thing, like we missed it with VAR? T-Mac Davis has come back. This is it. I mean, there'll be loads of them, won't there? But, I tell you what, T-Mac, if he has a testimonial, it's a bit like Vinny. I know we almost sold all the tickets, but it's absolutely shocking that we can't sell out 54,000 for Vinny, which we did. I think was it 51,000 or something like that, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but when David comes back, we're going to sell 30,000 tickets. It just they do piss me off sometimes. City fans, they really do annoy me sometimes. They really do. They're so reactionary as well sometimes as well. How many of these people that said they were not going to ever go again after the CSL thing? I mean, there'll still be some saying, right, that's it, I'm finished with City now. But I mean, do other fan bases have that problem? Is it just ours? I don't know. Is it just our lot that are reactionary because of how we've done things over the years? I'm not too sure. David, so here we go. Charlie Everett is predicted 11, guys. Here we go. PSG, Edison, Walker, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, Rodri, KDB, Gundogan, Foden, Jesus, Mahrez. I can't see Jesus and I can't see Zinchenko, Charlie, to be honest with you. I'm stuck whether to play a false nine or let Jesus play. He hasn't played for a game and a half. I wouldn't have Jesus on the pitch, mate. I don't think he'll be playing. I think it'll be the front three. I think it'll be Foden, Mahrez and KDB. Well, KDB roaming around, obviously. But I don't think Jesus and Zinchenko are playing. I thought Zinchenko might play, but I put Laporte in there. I think Laporte I'd rather have Laporte there. Zinchenko's too much sometimes, can just lose that bit of concentration. Great stream tonight. Cheers, Michael. Thank you. Got to say good night to all the Blues. Great stuff. Right. Cheers, Michael. All the best, mate. Thanks for joining in, buddy. So it's fantastic to see you. And I love all your comments when you comment on the vlogs, mate. Have a good one. Good night, mate. The Dean, that's what 10 years in the Prem does to you, hardly. He's not a France journey. Maybe where I would have gone to Italy would have lasted longer. Yeah, I think he's knackered, mate. I think he's gone, mate. I think that's it. He was never. He always had an injury in him, didn't he? Unfortunately, for the last few seasons. But I think time has caught up with him now. I know he's not very old, is he? He's 32. But there you go. T-Mac said this new Champions League format is lesser of the two evils in regards to the ESL. He's right. He's awful. But yeah, why don't these clubs get together and sort UEFA out? I mean, who votes for these increases in the UEFA clubs? Don't vote for it. So I say, look, we're not having it. I don't understand why these big clubs don't just say to UEFA, do one, jog on, bounce, whatever it is. I just don't understand the logic. Yeah, I don't. It'll be nice for him, I think, Dean. I think it'll be nice for Aguero at Barcelona, but I don't think they're going to get much out of him. And they probably need a little bit better at the moment, don't they? Because they're in flux, aren't they? In a bit of a change at the moment. So, yeah, I know what you're saying, but it doesn't bother me. It does bother me because I love him. I don't want him to leave City, but it doesn't bother me from a footballing point of view because I don't think he's got that much to offer. And Barcelona need a little bit more, I think, at the moment than perhaps Sergio. It'll be great for the morale and the other guy there. Obviously, Messi will be happier, but He's not. I don't think he's the answers to Barcelona's problems. Put it that way. I don't think he's going to turn them into European Cup winners next season or anything like that. Don't know. Let's see after he gets a pre-season. Well, this is it, Dean. I mean, but we keep, it is hard, isn't it? But in your heart of heart, do you honestly see him being even a 70% of what he was for us at his peak? T-Mac, I'm surprised why the other PL clubs are not kicking up a storm about it as a vet. So it makes you wonder, UEFA. So yeah, just to understand it, T-Mac. I don't understand the logic. I don't understand how these European clubs can and the big six in England can sort of be happily planning this ESL stuff, but they sit down like little mardies and little softies and accept everything that UEFA throw at them. I just don't understand the logic of it. Well, what? I mean, they've got the power. They're the teams. They're the teams that play. Surely they've got the power. I just don't understand what's going on. Can anyone tell me on here? Am I being naive, or I just don't understand? Hello, Morgan. How are you doing, mate? Yeah, I was all right. I got in at about 10 to 12, did about an hour and a bit script for me review today, and then had a look at the camera work for the other vlog. I did 2 vlogs today, so I tried to get rid of songs and stuff that might infringe copyright. I got a warning yesterday because some song was heard in the background, and I've not done these live things, so I leave that to the other guys to do. I'm not really into them, but I thought under the circumstances, with a lack of other vloggers there, if you like, City fan vloggers there, I'd put something out at least so some people could see what was there. You know what I mean? I think Ian Cheeseman, obviously, he was there, wasn't he? But he's working for Indian TV, isn't he? But so yeah, I'm not very good. It's not something I want to do too much of because I like to go to football to watch the game. I don't want to go to football to interview people and do all that sort of thing. So it's not something I normally do. So it's a bit out of my sort of what I like to do. But I wanted to do it just for you lot as well, for City fans who don't get the chance, who haven't got the chance to get down there with the circumstances, etc. But yes, it was a good day, Morgan. Yeah, good day. With one leg. Well, probably Dean, yeah, with one leg. Yeah, yeah. It might hop around a little bit. UEFA equals money, dirty money. Cheers, Morgan, mate. Yeah, thanks for that, bud. The Dean, not sure who they'll buy. I like Ings for the money. Ings, would you buy Ings, guys? I'm not a big fan of Ings. Isn't he a bit injury prone again? I don't want to buy I mean, if we're going to play Ings, why don't we? Obviously, we'll have Delap, won't we? Perhaps Delap will, and if he starts behaving himself and reins his temper in a little bit, he looks a sort of Danny Ings play, does he? I'm saying I haven't seen much of Delap, but Bournemouth, I didn't say before, did I? Yeah, the Carabao Cup game. Yeah, it was the only Carabao Cup game was obviously Bournemouth, and I think Dean said he scored in that one, but it was Bournemouth. I never got an answer to that, did I? So I forgot to tell you. So that was the very first round of the Carabao Cup, of course. 2-1 win over Bournemouth. So there you go. That's why he got his medal, because you get a medal for playing a game, do you? That's as long as you play one match, you get a medal. So there you go. I wanted to see Tommy Doyle yesterday and things like that, but that was never going to happen, was it? Yeah, I don't know. As to say with Dean Ings, I think it's his injuries that worry me. We don't need someone who's going to be out for half the season, to be honest with you. We don't need a great number 9, just a decent one. I tell you what, Dean, that is spot on, mate. That is spot on. I mean, as I said, I think the difference this season of us not winning the quadruple is the fact that we've not had a fit Sergio Aguero. I think we would have romped it with a fit Sergio Aguero after things had settled down. Obviously, I certainly didn't think that up to December, but after that, I think that that was the difference of this being a fantastic season or a good season. So there you go. May as well buy Kelechi back from Leicester. Yeah. Do we have a buyback? We have a buyback clause, don't we, Morgan? But I think he's a purple patch, but I don't trust Kelechi. I think he'll go back to being okay, ordinary-ish, to be honest with you. I think most players have a purple patch, don't they? But I think he'll be back to normal at some stage where he does okay, but not fantastic. I was hoping to say Brentford. Oh, well, Dean, there you go. So not Brentford. No, it wasn't Brentford, mate. Bournemouth. Tottenham beat Brentford, didn't they? Tottenham in the semi-final. 25 million for Ings. City better with KDB or not? The KDB I've seen the last couple of games, I'd say we're better with him. But Yeah, that'll do for me. I thought it was but we have to adapt. I think we can adapt when KDB's not playing. We play a different style, and when KDB's playing, we play a different style. If we had a decent centre forward, I'm sure we'll play another decent. I'm sure Pep would have another style of play. But I think you've got to be happy with KDB, and I think he's been excellent the last 2 or 3 games he's played. Apart from obviously we thought he was injured again, didn't we? But he's okay. But 25 million for Kelechi. I don't know, Morgan. I have no idea. 20 for now. I wouldn't. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it at all, guys. What do you think? I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it'll happen. I think say like all these but remember Bonnet. We all come on. We got to remember Boney, haven't we? Come on. I mean, he had a purple patch, didn't he? But he didn't have a purple patch for us, unfortunately, did he? But he reminds me of that sort of. I think he's probably a far better player. Of course he is, but that sort of position we're going to end up in where we take a chance and it doesn't quite turn. I mean, is it Luis, the guy at Villa? I mean, I didn't rate him the other night when we played against Villa. I've not talked about the Villa game, have we? Douglas Luiz, whatever he's called. I didn't think he did that much in that game. I'm not overly impressed with him yet. He was raved about, wasn't he? Haaland, well, we're not getting Haaland, mate. I'll tell you now, Dean, there's no way Haaland's coming to City. Not in a million years. As I said before, I'll eat my hat if he does, but I don't have a hat. I've already ate it, so there you go. Give Delap a go. I think we could do a lot worse if he wants a straightforward centre forward, but I think Pep, as he said, he wants to play 10 midfielders and a keeper, doesn't he? He'd play 11 midfielders if he wanted, so I don't think he's that bothered, to be honest with you. So he's happy if we create 30 chances and don't score any for one game in a while. He's happy. He's happy as long as it's not a Champions League semi-final. He'll be quite happy, or a Leeds at home where we could virtually clinch the title. But there you go. But as what I said, Dean, he was great, Boney. I mean, that's why we bought him. We bought him because he looked good. That's the only reason we got him. I remember you, Dean, if you're as old as me, you remember every time a player turned out against us and played good in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, we bought him. That's it. You only had to have one decent game a season. You were a City player the next week. I don't know where. Who can afford him? I mean, who can afford the ridiculous money he's wanting? What team could afford that? I just think it's an absolute disgrace, to be honest with you. I mean, he's been pimped out. Let's be honest about it. He's like a football whore, isn't he? He's been pimped out to the highest bidder. Do we want a player who just wants to play for big money? I want a player who wants to play for City and believes in the ideals. Like that's what players are supposed to do. But how have we ended up with the biggest wage bill in the Premier League? Have we finished up with the biggest wage bill because we've got a big squad and they're all good players and they're all on good money, which I like to think is true? Or have we ended up with that because we're having to pay them a little bit more now than perhaps, this ethos we had has suddenly changed over time? Do you agree with me, guys? Robert Hopkins. Who's Robert Hopkins? Who's that, Dean? Rocky Santa Cruz. Well, he was a clown. I liked his name. The only thing I liked about him was his name. I thought, oh, what a player. He must be a great player. Look at his name. He's got to be a great player. It's a bit like buying a Brazilian and he's just called Joe, isn't it? J-O. It's just that sort of typical City. I mean, it's just how it is with us. You could have something, superb name, something Eno or something, and we get just Joe. I mean, or Alan. I mean, we could have had Alan, couldn't we? It would have been nice to have Alan, but there you go. Yeah, well, team. How can anyone talk about paying loads of money at the moment with the COVID situation? How can anyone pay any sort of money? I mean, we won't be spending big money. I tell you what, we won't be spending any big money this close season. I tell you, we just haven't got it. We haven't got it to spend, no matter what everyone tells us, the media. We can't just dip into an endless pot. We're actually properly run. What's that grey thing on the screen there? That's odd, isn't it? What's that? Must be something to do with the live. I'll work through it. That carries on. Let's look as though I'm misting up there, guys. I don't know what that is there. Something to do with YouTube, I think, but very odd. Anyone else ever seen that? I have no idea what that is. Right, yeah, that's a bit of a funny one. Probably telling me I've been on too long or something. Transfer fees are ridiculous. T-Mac, Joe had a spell with Everton. Did he go to Everton? didn't realise. Big Morgan, what about Fodenino? Yeah, he's a good Fodenino. He's pretty good in Morgan. Robert Hopkins, come on, Bernard. He lasted a month from Birmingham. Honestly, Dean, I don't remember Robert Hopkins, but there's loads of guys like that. I do, when I do my vlogs, and I read out a name on a team sheet, and I thought, who the hell's he? I have no idea. And then I go and try and find out then, because I'm interested then, and end up doing a player special on him or something like that during the summer. Some of these. So I'm going to look at Robert Hopkins now. I'm going to make a note on my bit of paper here. Robert Hopkins. There you go. So it's made now, mate. So keep your eyes peeled for the special. United are in lots of debt. Yeah, how are they going to buy this? Yeah, but it's not. It's assets management stuff, isn't it, there, mate? It's the fact they've got money in the bank and they've got cred and they've got credibility and the word, the name, the brand. It's the brand, isn't it? It's like anything. If you're a brand, you can get more money and stuff like that. I don't know what it is, mate. I've never smoked in my life, so I've had the odd cigar, but I have no idea. Blackpool. Has anyone else seen that on a YouTube vlog? I'd say I'm a bit worried now. I think if I suddenly go off, guys, you know what it is. They've smoked me out. They've set off a smoke bomb at YouTube and got rid of me because I'm waffling on too much. Tony Cunningham, I remember Tony Cunningham. Yeah, he wasn't very good. Garbage. That's a good word. Robert Hopkins was rubbish. Yeah, where did he come from, Robert Hopkins? What year was that? What year was Robert Hopkins? It's probably after this book, my complete record. This only goes up to 2000 and something. Robert Hopkins. Talk amongst yourselves. Hall Green, 1986, 7 league appearances and 1 goal. Is that the guy? Is that the guy we're talking about? 1986, does that sound familiar? 1 goal, 2 League Cup appearances, no goals. So in total, 9 appearances and 1 goal. At least he scored a goal. I mean, at least he got a goal, so that's not too bad. Robert Hopkins, there you go. I might have a look at. I say anyone who scored. I was looking for things to do, like players who perhaps played 1 game and scored and stuff like this. I mean, it's dead hard to find all this information out. You know what I mean? Just have to plough through loads of stuff to find it out. But 1 season wonders where they stayed. But I did one on a player a while back. I can't remember his name now offhand. But he was with City like 1 season, scored 30 odd goals. But then he moved on. He only stayed the 1 season, stuff like that. I like to look at things. Yeah, it was 1986 there, Dean, at the Robert Hopkins, 1986. So I was pretty regular going then, but I have no idea, mate. I'd say it's 86 is one of the years that I would have been a regular goer to the games, taking the youngest, my daughter then as well. So, but I don't remember Robert Hopkins, I must admit. I'm back. Just had me tea. Well done, Chris. We're talking about players that are rubbish that we'd like to forget. But there you go. Nickname from Birmingham. Nickname from, what's that mean, Dean? I don't understand that one. Nickname from Birmingham. Chris might know. Chris, I've gone all misty in the corner, mate. Can you see it on your screen, or is it just mine? Like a smart. I don't know why it's gone misty. I'm a bit confused as to what's caused that. It'll be my camera, won't it? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh dear, what am I like? I must have breathed on it. Must have breathed on my lens, guys. I'm absolutely useless. I am quite good with technology usually, but obviously not today. Please accept my apologies. Techno Bob. Yeah, Techno Bob. I need someone to help me out in a second. You know what I mean? If I start getting trolls on here, guys, we're not enough of us on at the moment to get a troll, I don't think. But if we start getting trolls on here, I think I know how to stop it, but I'll be in trouble. But yeah, I'll have to give my lens a good clean later. It's probably what it is. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, there we go. Hopkins, 9 appearances in total, 1 goal. Absolutely spot on, Mick. Mick, you should take credit. I should take credit. Yeah, it was you, Chris. It was all right. It was only you that made me clear it. It's only the fact of you. But look, it's misting up again because all this talking I'm doing. I'm my big job. You know, you do these COVID tests now. I mean, I had to do a COVID test for this thing. My tongue is massive. I'm trying to get back to do your COVID swab. I've got a massive tongue, and I didn't realise how big my tongue was, and this is probably this is all misting up for now because of breathing on the screen. I have to sit back a little bit. Sit back a little bit. I can't see what you're writing then with my dodgy eyes. I know, Dean. Did you notice? Did you see the vlog though? I took my lenses in when I got to Wembley yesterday. I usually wear lenses. It's funny, isn't it? I'm a more confident person, if you can believe that, at football when I've got my lenses in. I don't like wearing glasses at football matches. I think it goes back to being a kid and being in fights and stuff. I didn't want to wear glasses in case they got broke. So, yeah, I'm more confident without my glasses on. We can all accept Bernard apologies. He's not American footballer. Oh, but I always thought if I ever won many years ago, if I won the pools, it wasn't the lottery when I was, would I invest it in City at the time, when Swales was there. And I thought, I'd love to win probably about $1 million then was probably enough to invest in a football team. But yeah. Paul Sugru, I remember him, Dean. I remember Paul Sugru, absolutely. Don't sort of. What's your worst player, Chris? Who can you remember that was absolutely bobbins for Liverpool and Carlisle? Anyone we know at Carlisle that might have come from be a bit long in the tooth that might have been more famous playing for another club? Did Carlisle pick anyone up like that in the past where they've picked up a George Weah? George Weah sort of world champion like we did and turned out to be absolute garbage. Charles Maganuzzi, you're boring. Hey, Charles, cheers, Charles, mate. All the best, mate. What excuse have you got for you being boring, mate? What's your excuse? There we go. We got a troll, guys. We got one. Thanks for joining us, mate. Thanks for popping in anyway. It's nice to see you. So what are you up to, mate? Where are you and what are you up to? Sounds like a dating program, doesn't it? You're boring. That's lovely, that, isn't it? Jeff Brannan is the worst City player I've seen. What about Buster Phillips? Oh, well, there you go. He's sort of summed it up there. Buster Phillips, absolutely brilliant. Wijnaldum from Liverpool. He's all right. He's not that bad. He was okay. Weah scored a few goals in the League Cup against the Gills, and he scored at Anfield. There you are, Chris. George Weah, world footballer, scored at Anfield. There you go. Were you there, mate? Did you see it? I think you were. I think you were a twinkle in the eye then when that probably happened. To be honest with you, but you won't know George Weah, would you, Chris? I don't think, or you may have heard of him if you look back at history and stuff like that. I'm just waiting for Charles to answer me questions as to why, what's so exciting about him. The name like that, he's got to be something exciting about him, hasn't there, really? (3-2) in 2000. There you go. Was that Liverpool? T-Mac, or was that against Gillingham? Too many worse players at Liverpool. Lovren, Sacco, Marino. I thought Lovren was all right, wasn't he, for a bit? I mean, these rubbish players have to be rubbish all the time. Some of these players are rubbish, but they start off okay and then deteriorate. I remember Terry Cook. I used to like Terry Cook. He came from United and he looked brilliant for about 5 games. And once he started playing with the City players, he deteriorated drastically. Liverpool, all right, 3-2 in 2000. Was that at Main Road? T-Mac. The Dean George was about 60 when definitely. He wasn't a young lad, was he? I've heard of Weah. There you go, Chris. Blackpool saw Weah debut for City at Charlton. Luckily, it was completely wasted by kick-off. Listen, mate, I was saying the other day, there's so many games I went to in the 80s I just don't remember because I was so totally out of it. I was just gone, and that's the best way to watch City then. George Weah. Feel sorry for you all watching a boring, pointless sport. Oh, what are you into then, Muggenaz? Are you into table tennis or what are you into, mate? Are you into something exciting? What's that? I mean, what makes you want to come on here and even comment, mate? Have you got nothing Nothing else you want to do that's not so boring? Bless him. Bless him. It's obviously so what sport does he like then if he doesn't like football? He must probably like, I don't know. Synchronized swimming, is it? Charles, is it synchronized swimming, mate? Synchronized swimming, something like that you're into. T-Mac. Yeah, shut up, all of you. There you go. There's a quick retort. I thought I'd show that. I could have blocked that, but what's the point? He's a good lad. Anfield, we come back from 2 down, and Herman scored the win at the last minute for them. The Dean, who was that winger who signed from Sunderland? Garbage. Someone from Sunderland. With Chewett. It was the one who came with Chewett. That was Horsfield, wasn't it? Was he a winger? Charles is a party person. You can tell. I know, Chris. I could have, I just don't understand what is the point. What is the point of Charles, to be honest with you? That's my name as well, Charles, by the way. You do have a good name, Charles, mate, but sadly, you're not overly exciting with it, unfortunately. Train spotting. Yeah, that's it. Well, I don't know. Nothing wrong with train spotting, mate. I like the old trains. I don't see what the point is of spotting these trams and trains now because they all look the same. I can understand it with the Scottish Flyer or whatever, all those old locomotives. But what's the point? I'm the real and only Charles. You certainly are, mate. You're unique. That's for sure. You're a very unique person. All my love to you. Well done. Yeah, so I don't understand with train spotting. What is the thing? I agree with it, like buses. They have bus spotting. They all look the same. I don't understand. Remember Kiki Musampa? Well, he's brilliant. He pops up every now and then in my vlogs. Kiki Musampa, last minute winner against Liverpool in 2000. Well, anything like that. Yeah, so we're getting a few little trolls now. It's not bad, is it? At least they've got the viewing figures up a little bit, so that's not too bad. Cheeky Charles, yeah, those Charles are a bit cheeky. That's by the way, if you ever wonder why it's Charles Deneen and Bernard Deneen, I do. Charles is my born christened name. Middle name's Bernard, but obviously I've always been called Bernard, even by my parents. So I have no idea why they christened me Charles in the first place. So there you go. Kiki's brother Chris was good. Chris Musa. How many goals did he score? Chris Musampa. Oh, I think it's getting to the end of it. Lee Badby. Well, we're talking Lee Badby, Morgan. Yeah, well, he's standard fare, isn't he? Let's be honest about it. Mr. Lee Badby. He was, again, because he had a good game against City. That's why City bought him. That's the only reason he ended up at City, because he had such a good game against us. And there's a few like that over the time, wasn't there? Who's that? I'd say this is my memory now. I mean, there's the guy who played for Preston. That ended up Macken. Was it John Macken? Scored against us, ended up playing for us. Hi, Bernard. Sorry for the lateness on the stream. Great victory yesterday. Hi, Angus, mate. You all right? Yeah, we've had a couple of trolls, mate, which means it must be growing in popularity because we've had a couple of idiots on, but there you go. I'm on for another 10 minutes or so anyway. John Macken, absolutely superb. Yeah, we've put the world to rights, Angus. We've decided that Sterling's got an illness. He's got... Ballitis is called. It's a bit like darts, the dart one where you can't let go of the ball, and we've agreed that Sterling's got the same thing. No, Chris, you're not a troll. No, I'm just saying we've had a couple on, not you. You're all right. Don't worry. We've had a guy called namesake for me, and some other guy who's was talking about doing rude things to penises and vaginas, but we'll not worry about that too much. I mean, it's obviously nice of them to pop in, wasn't it? Pardon the pun, but there you go. No, I like Angus. You're always there. My Facebook quotes, always Angus Walsh always comes up and likes my Facebook posts. So it's always nice to see that when I post them. I was at the game at Preston when John Macken scored again. Was that the one where he scored from miles away? He scored from the halfway line or something like that. Is that one? Am I getting the right one? Balotelli. See, Chris Balotelli, again, little glimpses, but he never did enough to warrant being so highly praised, to be honest with you. Apart from that assist he did for City, I'll live with that. Update on Ray from, go on, what's that, Angus? What's going on? Sterling is a distant relative to Jed Brannan. He probably is. I thought it was Dean, yeah. T-Mac, if I remember correctly, Mackin scored away at Bradford's first goal for us. He scored in the derby win over the Rags and that great winning goal against. Yeah, he did all right, John Mackin, for a while. And then he just, just one of those. We seem to have purple patches, a bit like Paul Hinds. You won't remember Paul Hinds, but he started playing for City in the 60s and scored. I think he scored a goal or two on his debut, and it was sort of all downhill after that. Paul Dickoff, legend. Don't tell my lad, though, he doesn't like him because of the way he celebrated when he scored against us when he came back to Main Road. It didn't go down well with my son when Dickoff celebrated that. Mainly attitude problem for Balotelli. It is, Chris. He did have talent, but he never found the right manager to bring it out, did he? I mean, and that wink against United in the semi-final at Wembley, I think all City fans forgive him that, as well as the assist for Aguero. But there you go. He'll always be a City legend. I think I still know the song, but I'm not going to sing it now. Best goal by John Mackin, Spurs away 4. Well, they were all good goals, I think, weren't they? I remember those goals, Dean. I thought they were fantastic goals. I was there I had a big inflatable Buzz Lightyear on top of the tunnel. We were at the tunnel end for that one. And at 2-0 down, I was getting it down, this inflatable, and then obviously had the great comeback. But my lad Mark wasn't with me. He was sat in a different section. We couldn't get tickets together. And he was texting me. I think he was texting me at the time. I think we had phones at the time. Can't remember. Anyway, he wanted to go. And I said, we're not going. We'll stay till the end. And he's obviously glad we did. So, yes, brilliant day in the... and I've still got Buzz Lightyear somewhere, me inflatable. He's still around. I dug him out the other week, but I don't know what I've done with him again now. Did you go in 76? I did, Dean. I did. That was my first winning one. I went in 74, my first one, when we lost to Wolves, and 76 was my second one when we beat Newcastle. So my second trip to Wembley was successful, so I was quite happy with that. Good game, all right. Yeah, that's sort of... had to watch your backs with the Newcastle fans, because no matter what people say, they're not the nicest of people. They're riled, So, yeah, Dean, good. So, yeah. Chris, remember when Rodgers signed Balotelli interview, said, what will he bring? Rodgers replies, the trouble. I quite like Rodgers, actually, sometimes. I don't know. He does appeal to me. I always thought he might end up as a City manager. Probably not, but I always thought that. But that was quite funny. Went on the Pullman train. Well, I went on train to the Newcastle one, yeah, because I had a ticket for the Newcastle end, and I got to Euston, and within about 2 minutes, I swapped it for one in the City end. So, I didn't even have a proper one. Then I got a ticket for the Newcastle end, so I had to get that swapped quickly. I didn't want to be stuck in with that lot. Chris, I was hoping Balotelli would bring trouble. Well, he did occasionally, Chris, but not too much. He's still playing, isn't he? He's playing for some sort of minor. He's not a major team he plays for now, is it? I know I saw him the other week. I can't remember who he was playing for. Yeah, Paolo One Chop liked him. He was good again. Injuries problem, but you never knew what he was going to do with it, did you? Excuse me. He's one of those players that could do something fantastic, and then he looked all gangly the next minute and make a mess of stuff. But he could put the ball in the net as well. 81. I was there in 81 for both games. Dean, I went on the train, stayed the weekend for the very first one, and I went on the SMC Holt coach. Sorry, no. The guys in Droylsden, their coaches, the ones that based in Droylsden. Mainz' coach for the replay for both games for that one. Mixed up with Rodgers' time at Liverpool. Yeah, it's funny, and he's doing a good job at Leicester. Don't get me, he's doing a cracking job at Leicester. All credit to him. Went to both. Big Steve McKenzie. Yeah, I mean that replay. I just knew we'd lose the replay. We should have won that first one if Tommy Hutchinson hadn't been an idiot. Because Corrigan had a wonderful, fantastic game, man of the match performance. He was a 10 out of 10 in that FA Cup final. It only took a stupid own goal to beat him. He was fantastic. We should have won that first one, and it would have been all over. But that's fate, isn't it? That's just how it goes. Mainz is shut down. Yeah, I think because I've not seen him for a long time, Dean. We went a lot of coaches from Pauls of Stoke, I think, or something yesterday. A lot of the coaches that went down to Wembley, a place in Stoke. I think it was Pauls or Peters or something like that. First game at home against Sunderland, a hat trick. Yeah, one chop. Yeah, so some great shots. You go on YouTube, some great one chop goals still around. Roy Hodgson, definitely our worst manager. Can't argue with that. Oh, poor boy Hodgson. Oh, bless him. Bless him. How could you be unhappy with Roy Hodgson? He's fantastic. And Haaland scored 4-2 win. Oh, yeah. Well, the proper Haaland, not this fake one, the proper Haaland who wanted to play for City. Yeah, I understand. Went to both, missed Mackenzie's goal because of trouble. Yeah, it was all kicking off Blackpool. It's awful in that Sunderland because, I mean, like 2 of the sections were virtually all Tottenham fans. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous because they put the tickets on sale at Wembley, didn't they? We got 30,000 each and they put 20,000 on sale at Wembley. So we got them Tottenham fans and we're in with all the City fans. Absolute joke. I was surprised, actually. I thought there'd be a lot more Tottenham fans there yesterday with all these free tickets, the Brent tickets and stuff, but it didn't seem that bad, actually, as far as the split of the fans were concerned. Alan Ball, what's up with Alan Ball? We're talking about managers or players. My best friend actually went to school with Alan Ball. He's a bit older than me. Best sort of used to have a business with him. He was in the same class and school as Alan Ball, and I think he did say he only had one ball, something like that. Charles is still there. I've just had to hide his comment. It's not worth talking about. I think he's retired now. Brian Orton's still big on Twitter. He still talks about City a lot, to be honest with you. If you go on Twitter, you seek out Brian Orton. He's always nice about City on Twitter. He's always a big City fan, and anyone think he jumped on the glory boat. Who knows? But yeah, it's interesting to see. Brian Orton's always got nice things to say about City if you go on Twitter. We've got 5 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to shoot off and have something to eat and get my throat sorted out. But it's just another 5-minute check. So there you go. It's getting down. Numbers are dwindling a little bit now, anyway. But it's been great, hasn't it? Yeah, I liked it. Orton was all right. Nothing wrong with Orton, was there? He was a good bloke. Brian Who, that's it. Well, I did a vlog where there was all that, and I've still got the headlines, the papers with Brian Who on it and all this sort of thing, with Franny Lee's time and all this sort of thing, and Swales. It was when Lee was trying to take over from Swales, and Swales was in his sort of struggling along, wasn't he? It was troubled time. It certainly was. Well, a lot of my scrapbooks around that time, T-Mick, from the 90 to 96. I did a scrapbook for each season, so a lot of it's obviously around about that time. So I've got some great stuff on there. I wish I'd done scrapbooks all my life, but obviously life gets in the way, unfortunately, so you can't do that sort of thing. Love Craig Bellamy at Liverpool. Oh, Craig Bellamy. Well, if he could bottle what he had, I mean, I think he did a good job everywhere, didn't he, Craig Bellamy? The protest, yeah, was there. Leaflets, Franny out, and don't support Greenall Whitleys because they were putting money into Swales' pocket and all this sort of thing. Oh, good times. All great times. Not for the first time. Not for the first time it kicking off at Main Road. I've been doing vlogs going back to the 1900s where it was all kicking off at City with the fans being angry at certain things and throwing stones at the offices and stuff like that, going back to the 1900s. So there you go. Nothing changed. Well, it stays the same. Nothing ever changes. God rest his soul. Gerard Houllier, free trophy. Yeah, good cracking man. Decent bloke as well. I mean, a nice bloke from what I remember of Gerard Houllier, which isn't much, but I like it when nice managers do okay. I mean, I do like that. Obviously, it goes back to the old Joe Mercer, Bill Shankly, even Matt Busby. I mean, he was a City player anyway, wasn't he? Even Matt Busby at that time, all those sort of managers. I like it when a manager does okay like that. Used to sit with Ted and Mark Lillis in the main stand. Well, I'm sure, Dean, I used to play football with Mark Lillis on a local park. I was a bit older, but I'm fairly sure because we used to play all the time. But obviously, it got to the stage where we used to be about 16, 17. So we still sort of played a little bit of football, but the kids of 11 and 12. So we used to sort of kick him a little bit and big bullies, But I'm sure Mark Lillis used to play on the park. I'm sure he was one of, and even Eric Nixon. You remember Eric Nixon? I think I played football with him on the park as well. Sort of the more local lads then at the time. Remember Souness getting conned by that Ali Dia. So don't remember that one, team with Souness. I like Souness as well. I don't like him as a commentator, though. I do like him. I do like Souness. Shankly between his grey and our Liverpool performances and Chris, it is what it is, mate. It's just time moves on, doesn't it? But as you say, it's just one of those things, isn't it? He'll be, they'll all be shocked by it. But time has to go on, doesn't it? And you say, I think that the different breed now, isn't it? These owners and stuff like that. There's not much you can really do about it. As not even they spout on about this German system, but I don't think that's particularly any better, to be honest with you. What's so good about a German system that one team dominates all the time? What's so fantastic about that? I have no idea. And all the other teams go, cowtail to them. Look at Dortmund. Dortmund have been Munich's puppies for absolute years, just like little puppies to them. It's just ridiculous. So that's no perfect system, yet they're banging on about that, aren't they? Did anyone see Maker Richards saying Tevez was better than Aguero in their prime? I thought Tevez was fantastic. I think they both complemented each other, to be honest with you. I think they were slightly different sort of players, to be honest with you. I don't think you can compare them when they're slightly different. I know both attackers in a way, but I think they were both brilliant in their own way, to be honest with you. He blagged he was George Weah's cousin. Southampton signed him and he got on again. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that, T-Mac, yeah. I do remember that, mate. Yeah, I do remember that. And I saw a bit of a game he was playing. I don't think he kicked a ball straight, did he, from what I remember? A corner and a half. 50 plus rule. Fans can't afford money. Chris, where are they going to get the bill? When are they going to get the money from to buy the big clubs? I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it's just as I say. And even if they did, what does it matter? You'll still end up with 2 or 3 teams dominating. As you say, the German system, I mean, yeah, it's great, fantastic. Dortmund don't employ anyone at Dortmund unless they're a Dortmund fan. Doesn't mean they don't bow down and bloody bend over every time Bayern Munich wants something. And that's all that happens in Germany. Bayern Munich just run it. They just take who they want and when they want. So there's nothing fantastic about their system. So, let's not be conned by that. There's just nothing there at all. Yeah, I mean, as long as they're making money, Chris, they'll still be there. As long as they're taking the millions out of these United and Liverpool, etc. And this is why I thought our lot was slightly better, but they've sort of tainted the reputation a little bit. But at least, all right, they've sold bits of shares off and we've got Chinese companies involved and stuff like that. So obviously the money's gone, but obviously it's been reinvested back into the place, hasn't it? So no one's perfect, are they? But perhaps you can only hope for just a little bit under perfect or something like that. Right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much for everybody coming on tonight. I think we've had 12, 13 the most, which is what we did last week. But it's just great to talk to you. It's fantastic. And say this will be organic. It'll just grow. I've had my first trolls, so there you go. That's all we can ask. Cheers, Chris. Cheers, the Dean. Cheers, T-Mac. Cheers, everybody else who's been on. Who else is there? Michael from later, he was on early on, wasn't he? Blackpool, thanks Blackpool for coming on, mate. Thanks, Angus. I know you're a bit late to the party, mate. Don't worry, even 5 minutes is more than enough. Just want to thank you all for supporting me and keep watching the vlogs and keep spreading the word, guys. Keep spreading the word for me, and I'll steam up again and clear my camera. That was the best bit of the night, I think, when I started steaming up and didn't realise I was breathing heavy on my camera. Thanks to Charles. Yeah, Charles was a laugh. There's another guy came on as well, but he didn't get to see him because I stopped him before he came on. But wish you all the best, guys, and I'll see you all again next Monday, guys. Come on, next Monday. Say if I do an ad hoc one, live one in the meantime, I might do, but I'll see you all next Monday. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, I'm going to check on Robert Hopkins, Dean. Don't you worry. Right, guys. Thanks a lot. Whatever you're going to do, as I always say to you, stay safe, lads. See you soon. Bye-bye.